All right. So, yeah, now what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Well, let's see. I've already lost my notes. What the hell? All right, then. Let me say hello to, or give a shout out to Frank of the Mountain. Frank of the Mountain has a new video out. It's a cover, Only the Lonely, Roy Orbison song. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. I mean, and Frank, you've got an amazing voice. You know, and I've always said, you know, people go, oh, like Elvis, you know, Presley, not the other Elvis, the talented Elvis, but Elvis Presley, you know, the king of rock and roll. You know, if Roy Orbison was as pretty as Elvis, I think it would have been completely turned around, because Roy Orbison wrote his own songs and the man could sing, but he was just not as attractive. I think he had something up with his eyes, because he always wore those really, really dark glasses. Let's see. Oh, I want to say hi to Jim Riley, who sent me a very, very kind PM. Thank you. And, oh, and one I almost forgot. Monk is having a contest, and correct me if I'm wrong, which a lot of times when I you know, pass the word along, sometimes I get it wrong, but Monk is having a contest, and it's supposed to be a about the Angry Dummy, and the winner of the contest will get a very, very cool prize. I'll let Monk announce that. Very, very cool prize. At first I said maybe I shouldn't enter it because, you know, we're friends and, you know, it'd be sort of a conflict of interest. But I don't know, I still might enter. And yeah, so it's supposed to be a video about the Angry Dummy, Jerry Mahoney, and excuse me, and what else? What else am I supposed to say about that? Oh yeah, the deadline is Monk's birthday, which is coming up. I'll let Monk announce that himself. And let's see. Moving forward, I just want to say that there's this individual on YouTube who keeps belittling the art form known as the collage. You know, like you really know anything about art. A collage is a legitimate art form. And when you're applying that term to filmmaking, that can be an art form too, you know. Buñuel probably did collages. All the great early directors probably experimented with that. Give me a break. It's total art house kind of stuff. Now there's good art and there's bad art. You could say that's a shitty collage. But to dismiss it as not good art simply because it's a collage, that's ignorant. You know, that's pure ignorance, an uneducated mind. All right, so, all right, another thing. I might have to turn on my computer for this. So this same individual goes around talking about guilt by association. Okay, now here's something I was really worked up today about this. I mean, I was seeing red. I was pissed off. And better chill out, huh? Lucky I don't have a cigarette in my hand. Besides, by the way, to save money, I started rolling my own cigarettes. This is great, man. I get this big old can of drum. Roll cigarettes. Roll your own. It's like the European way. All right, so what was I going to say? Yeah, this thing about guilt by association. Maybe I should back up a little bit. Look, I'm sorry for people that don't care to hear about the drama, but you're going to hear some, or just skip ahead, okay? But man, today's felt like a drama hit a fever pitch. Where do I begin? Well, let's start back at the beginning. I started seeing this other YouTuber on YouTube who happened to live in my town, and I don't know, we sort of exchanged, you know, he responded with videos to Fez Night, seemed to like my show. And then skip ahead, I lost my job, then I was volunteering at the Air and Space Museum, and he showed up there one day. And if you've been following this, you know, and I was like taken aback, but trusting individual that I am, and usually I grew up around old people. Old people are always pretty cool. To me, I never met a mean old person, but believe me, they're out there. I found out. And so, you know, and on hindsight, I should have called security, but you know what? I still don't want to be one of those paranoid, you know, uptight people, you know? Even after this experience, I don't want it to change me. And so, you know, and then things went along, and then one morning he showed up at my door, and, you know, he wanted to, like, hey, come on, you know? And it was great for me because I was just depressed, sleeping in, you know? It's no secret that I don't really have much of a social life because the friends that I made over the years have all moved away. I didn't stay in my little town with everybody growing up and staying there. I left Imperial Beach, moved to this part of town where people tend to move around a lot. And so one friend moved back to England, another friend moved to Denver, and another friend moved to San Francisco, you know, and they just go. And as you get older, it's harder making new friends. And that's why I said I've made friends on the internet, and I consider them real friends. I don't know. Do I need to list them right now for you? So since then, at one point, this individual, Timmy, 113, Cyber9 Rounder, he was getting pissed off at me because other people on YouTube were trolling him and making parody videos and mocking him up and creating these channels that were really disgusting. And I was getting attacked myself at the same time. Meanwhile, a lot of people were watching, amused at the situation that was revolving around me and the attacks. And then at one point, Timmy invited me to Thanksgiving. And before that, I went to his house. He keeps saying, oh, you would never leave, you would never leave. Look, people, I'm not somebody that would barge in and just stay. I kept asking him, do you want me to go? I said, no, stay. And then I'd hear him snickering off there. I should have known. They were fucking with me, you know? So, you know, I thought the nun was a nice, anyway. And, never mind. Who does that all the time? Good people. Never mind. What's the other one? He says all the time. Anyway.